So I heard you want to beat the Lost Sector fast. Let's get those exotics. So first, I'll explain a bit about this guide while I show you the location. Then, I'll show you the build that we're going to be using today. And finally, we'll get right into the walkthrough. So today's Lost Sector is very difficult for fast clears. I don't recommend farming it unless you really don't want to wait. If you want to do it, then you're in the right place, as this guide will help get you the fastest clears possible. In this video, I'll use a class-specific build that I'll show you in a second, but a very effective universal build is in the description that all classes can use. Best part is it uses no exotics. And now that you know how to get there, let's get right into the build. For today's Lost Sector, we'll have to deal with Overload and Barrier champions. With this in mind, we'll be taking advantage of my Strand Poison build on Warlock. For our weapons, we'll use Osteostriga, a grenade launcher, and a linear fusion rifle. Osteostriga will stun Overload champions for us. This weapon is truly the star of the show, as it does fantastic damage from surprisingly long ranges for an SMG and poisons targets towards the end of the mag. What really ramps up Osteostriga's power though is our exotic of choice, Necrotic Grip. With this exotic equipped, every Osteostriga kill will fire off an AoE poison explosion that does damage to all enemies nearby. And this isn't small damage by any means. If all the enemies nearby are the same as the one you just killed, the poison damage is enough to kill them completely. This pair is just fantastic for Lost Sectors. This Lost Sector has overcharged grenade launchers, which gives this weapon a 25% damage boost for free. This option will help us get some stronger burst damage on some enemies. Finally, our linear fusion rifle is here for safe damage on the boss and champions. Now for our class, we'll be on Strand. For our grenade, we're grabbing Shackle to suspend barrier champions, allowing us to not need to stun them with weapons. Now for our fragments, we'll be using Thread of Evolution, Finality, Generation, and Mind. Thread of Finality creates threadlings for getting finishers, which is just a bit of free damage for us. Evolution makes these threadlings much stronger. Thread of Generation gives us grenade energy for dealing damage. This fragment works well with sustained damage weapons, so Osteostriga makes great use of it. Finally, Thread of Mind will make our Shackle Grenade's suspend effect last much longer. Also, it is worth noting that our melee, Arcane Needle, also synergizes with our exotic armor piece. Necrotic Grip creates the same poison explosion with melee kills, as well as Osteostriga. Arcane Needle seemingly has infinite range, so these synergize excellently. For your stats, as always, you'll want 100 resilience for 30% damage reduction and as much discipline as possible. For mods, you'll want to use ones boosting your ammo economy. Heavy Ammo Finder and Special Ammo Finder are key. Then for your chest and legs, you'll want Reserve and Scavenger mods correlating to your linear fusion. I'm using a Void Linear, so I grabbed Void Reserve and Void Scavenger. And with the build out of the way, let's get into the walkthrough. Now the first thing you're going to do when you enter this Lost Sector is you're going to want to take care of the ads. Now I'm shooting the Overload to stun him, just get him out of the way, but you're going to want to clear these guys first, as they do big damage to you even from this position. After you take care of them pretty sufficiently, you can drop down and just shoot the Overload with your Osteostriga. He'll actually fall over really easily. Another great thing about Osteostriga is the poison damage also stuns, which is actually insane. Now with the Overload out of the way, you'll just want to take care of this guy on top, as the next door won't open until you clear the entire room. With that room cleared, we'll just drop down and shoot our GL at these goblins. They will fall over really easily, and then you'll shoot at this box. Now this box is going to play an integral role in this Lost Sector. After that, we'll just clear out this room with our Osteostriga. Very simple stuff, guys. From there, we'll just run down here, and then we'll take care of a few more goblins and start shooting at some more boxes. Again, just Osteostriga will just trivialize them, take care of them so quickly. You see the damage explosions, just melting everything in the radius. Make sure you take care of these hobgoblins, as they do big damage. If you see them, kill them. We'll just shoot these guys down, and then we'll shoot at the box in the back of the room. Now what those boxes do is they will actually spawn friendly allies that will shoot at the enemies for you, making this Lost Sector much easier. Then more ads will spawn, and you'll just do the same thing. You'll take care of them. Now I like to take care of these guys on the right side first, and then we'll jump to the left side, because there's going to be a Cyclops that we're going to have to shoot down. As you can see, that Cyclops can one-shot you, so if you see him charging up your beam, make sure to dodge. I left that in the video on purpose because I really want you guys to just be wary of that. Doesn't matter how much void resistance you have, that Cyclops will one-shot you, but he dies very easily. And then after you take care of him, you'll jump up to right where I'm standing right now, and then you can just take care of the barrier champion, assuming all the ads are dead. That's where you'll throw your suspend grenade, and you can linear him down, or you could just use your Osteostriga. After you take care of the barrier, you're going to want to make sure that this room is cleared. The reason being is sometimes you'll need to run back into this room, like running away from the overloads, and if you're low from the overloads, you might get shot down by the hobgoblins, so you're going to want to make sure that room is completely clear of any ads. From there, we're in the final boss room already, which is fantastic, and what you're going to need to do is just clear out these ads before the boss spawns. Now for this wyvern, you're just going to hold your distance and use your Osteostriga again. You see I switched to the grenade launcher just for some burst damage, and then once you get him low, you can go in for the finisher. After we take care of enough ads, the room will start to glow and the boss will spawn. Now what I'm going to do is potentially trade my life here. I just want to use my super and get that damage off. And we actually get away with our life here and we're able to retreat to the nice cheese spot right here. And then you could just take care of the rest of the lost sector from here. You'll shoot your linear fusion when you get an opportunity. Sometimes ads will spawn where the boss is currently standing. You'll shoot them down with your Osteostriga, and then you'll go back to linear damage. Now when the boss shoots at you, you're going to retreat completely because it will one-shot you. And when the overload spawns, you'll just run back like I did just now and shoot him down with your Osteostriga. But for some reason the overload was not chasing me down in this lost sector, but if it did, you would take care of them very easily just shooting your Osteostriga just like normal. Osteostriga is just such a good exotic, man. It just absolutely destroys every lost sector in this game. It's actually disgusting. And yeah, even though the boss died before the overload, we're still going to take care of the overload just in case it increases the drop rate, since you see he dies so quickly. You might as well. And yeah, man, even though it's not one of the fastest lost sectors, it's actually very, very simple if you follow these steps. See, we cleared it very, very easily today. Now, before you destroy your mouse clicking off of this video to go farm with your new strats, I'd like to re-grab your attention for 10 seconds. Only 2% of you are subscribed. This is so sad. Now here's a trade offer. I give good guide, you give good sub. I post daily content on this channel. You can expect daily lost sector guides at a minimum, but I also have some very fun Destiny 2 videos planned. Either way, thanks for watching, good luck farming, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next lost sector.